Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly, and so I was working on this mini album just now, and then I came up with the idea of doing something a little bit different, and I already started the album, and I'm in the middle of the process of thinking how I'm gonna put this together, but I wanted to go ahead and record because I think it will be a simple project and a different from what I've done before, so I just wanted to share with you guys because I know I probably won't do it again. I have too many things to do. So what I was doing here, as you can see, it's a small little 4x6, very simple layout, and I still have to do 2 more, so I will share with you how I'm doing these layouts, and they are all the same. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna have 4, and then when I was getting ready to do the spine, I said, well, what if I just don't do a cover, like a chipboard, and I just join these 2 ends of my hinge system and make it into like a star little album that that it could probably spin together. Now this is all a hot mess right now because obviously these 2 have magnets, this one don't have magnets yet, but I don't know if you can see my idea. I will have another layout coming from there and another layout coming from here. So then I said, okay, so then I need something on the center to give my album a base, if that's the idea that I'm going for. And then I was just quickly looking here on, right across the street, across this table here, not across the street. And I have straws and I have doorknobs. So then I said, well, this fits perfectly. These doorknobs are art mines, and I have found these at Michael's a long time ago because I wanted to replace the doorknobs on my dresser, but I never got to it and I just got lazy. So then this fits perfect. So now if I can make these the base to go on the center, I think I can come out with a really cute rotating kind of album. Now I needed a base, so now I have these lace, and obviously this will make a really good base for everything to stand on. So I don't know, you can watch me struggle, see if I can put this together. If not, I can go back to my original little album idea. Now I was working on this beautiful Twilight Forest collection, and it's a 4x6 little paper pad, and it's full with amazing images, and I think it's mainly for cards, but I'm definitely gonna use it for a magical little mini album because I have so many pages that I think I have plenty, but of course the size will have to be 4x6. So first, let me start with the base construction of the pages. So I'm gonna start with 1 piece of heavyweight cardstock, and I'm gonna use 1 for each page, and I'm gonna cut these at 6 inches, and this is the 11-inch side, so I'm gonna cut at 6 here, and then I'm gonna turn this other piece and also cut these at 6. Okay, so now these 2 pieces, I'm going to score this first one at 4 1/4, and then I'm gonna score this one as well at 4 1/4. So I have these 2 pieces, and this first one, if I can grab it, I'm going to fold like that on half, and this other piece I'm going to fold along the score line. So I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on this little flap. You can of course use glue if that's your choice, and then I just peel a little bit of this tape here and make sure that I line these 2. Oops, there we go. And then let me do this again. Okay, so these 2 line up, and now I have the page. I mean, it's so simple, right? Okay, so now going back to this, I know I didn't show you how to do the hinge, but basically I'm using 1 piece of cardstock, normal. Actually, why don't we just do it really quick? Hold on, let me grab 1 piece of cardstock, and this one It should be just regular, and I'm going to cut these also at 6 inches. And I'll just show you what I did. And if you want a more detailed tutorial on this little hinge, I do have a video on my tutorial playlist. Okay, so then I'm just gonna score at 1.5, and then I'm gonna score at half for the first spacing, and then I'm gonna do 3/4, 3/4, and half, and then 3/4, 3/4, and half, and so on until you have, look, let's just continue because I don't know where to stop. So 3/4, 3/4, and then half. So then I have 1 page, 2, 3, and then we need 1 more. So I'm gonna do 3/4, 3/4, and half. Okay, so we're starting at 1.5 and we're gonna end at 10. So then I'm gonna, the ones that measure 3/4, 3/4, we just pinch and put together like this, and then you skip the 1/2 inch, and then you do 3/4, 3/4, and so on. So you will have a piece like that, and then we're gonna glue this together, and then when you finish doing that for all of those, you are gonna end up with a piece like this. I don't know if you can tell, like that. So you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 hinges. And again, I will try to find the video if you need more instruction on that. But then what I do here is I'm going to connect these 2, and these last 2, it's going to be 1 more hinge. But I'm not gonna close this yet until I figure out how we're gonna put it together on the base. And then once we have the base page here, this little accordion piece, I'm going to just add this to my hinge. So I'm gonna grab again another piece of double-sided tape, and I'm just gonna place it on the hinge, and only on the front side, just like that. And I'm gonna peel off just a little bit of the tape, just like that. Now this little accordion fold, you want to make sure you have one of the ends to, you know, right on top of where your tape is, just like this. We can probably open it and it's easier. Okay, just like that. And now this is the little page. I'm closing my pages with little magnets. Now these are little tiny magnets. These magnets don't work really good, so I'm just gonna use a bunch of magnets. But if you have better magnets, you probably only need 2. So I'm just gonna put 1 here on the center, and I toss that one in, you know, right in front of that. And then I put the sticky side up, and I close these. Okay, so now these 2 are connected, and again, like I said, my magnets are not strong, so I'm gonna have to do another one. Just put it right there, and that way these pages will be all one page. So then I have 1, and then this one still need the magnet, but then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and we're gonna need 1 more. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I am done with all the magnets and this extra page, and remember, we don't want to close this just yet. So what I love about the size of this paper is that I don't need to trim anything. It's gonna fit perfectly. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cover all the pages before I close the album, and I'm gonna do just minimal decoration because these papers are already so beautiful that you don't really need much more decorating. So I'm just going to start placing and covering all of these. So I'm actually gonna start by opening each one and then just adding the beautiful images. Okay, so now for the base, I'm going to use this little ribbon holder, and I still have the ribbon, so I'm just gonna cut it and take it all out. And let's see, I won't need this, at least not right now, but I'm gonna use this little lace, actually not ribbon, to decorate my album. Now the first thing I want to do is just cover this so it looks all even and pretty. So I'm just gonna trace this circle and just fuzzy cut it out. And this is a very DIY kind of project, I figure, because I'm just trying to figure out what to do with what I have, and hopefully it will work out at the end, so we'll see. So I'm just gonna trace this circle, and I'm not gonna try to make it super perfect, and just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that this covers the front, but at the same time I'm going to go back and just make another circle just to make that opening there. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna do something very quick and simple like that. You can go ahead and take your time and do it, you know, your way. So I'm just going to add that to my base. Oh, actually, before I add this in here, I realize I'm going to add my straw. So I need the straw to measure just a little over 6 inches. So I'm going to measure about 6 1/4, and I'm gonna mark. Okay, I'm doing this wrong. So 6 1/4. Let's see here. 6 1/4, and I'm gonna mark where 6 1/4 is. And I'm actually gonna go all the way around my straw and mark at 6 1/4. That way I know where it is all around. And next thing you want to do is just go with your scissors and just cut up to that line we just made. Just little tiny stripes like that, maybe 3 should be enough. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'll show you right now. So then we're gonna open these right up to the point that we cut our straw, and we are going to glue these right there, and that's gonna be part of our little base. And I'm gonna let that dry for a second, and you want to make sure you hold it and it's not going anywhere. And I'm going to go ahead and add this circle, so I'm just gonna add more glue. And let's see if this is going to work. So I'm gonna just hold this here for a second. Okay, so now to make my straw a little bit more sturdy, I'm gonna grab a second straw and I'm going to cut this one open just right down the middle. And I'm gonna have to go, see if I can do all the way. It's a little bit hard to when you get to some point, but there we go. Oops. Okay, let me start this other way. Okay, so you want to open the straw. Let's see if there we go. So the straw, it's open. So now we're going to try to make it kind of roll on itself a little bit. You just want to squeeze it a little bit and make it roll on itself, like I said. And then we're going to just put it inside this other straw, and it's going to go, just push it all the way down. So this one should go all the way down to the bottom. So let's see if I can. You're gonna have to hold it and roll it to make sure it is going. And here we go. So see how it's coming out from there. Now if you want, you can cover the back as well, but I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. And anyway, so now this is going all the way down. So this is a little bit more sturdy. Let me just hold it there. And I'm just gonna trim a little bit here. Okay, and now this one, when we put it in here, right on the center, I realized that it's going to be wobbly, and the centerpiece here, and I don't really like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wrap around here some lace or something just to hold it a little bit. So I'm just gonna use just a little bit of this little fuzzy little lace, and I'm using the fuzzy lace because I want this to be able to expand. And how do I explain this? So kind of like it's going to fit tight because this is so, it has a lot of volume, so it's going to push against it. So I'm just gonna put one right here, and maybe I'm going to do just another one, just like right up there. And of course you can use whatever you have on hand. Maybe you can use some ribbons or yarn, just anything that would just give it a little bit of volume. And that's just my idea behind it. We'll still see if it's gonna work. So now I have this other pretty lace, and I'm just going to go around and decorate. Let me make sure I have the right size. Just decorate the base. Here we go. I'm just gonna cut these right here and just go around with my fabric tack and just around here. And now let's try to make this fit in here. I'm just going to squeeze it in, and my pages are opening up. And there we go, I got one, and I got the other one. And now it's not moving so much, so that's perfect. So let me just fix this around. Yeah, it stands. And now the last thing I'm going to do is add this little doorknob. And now this is gonna fit tight because I have that straw inside, which is okay. But I'm going to just trim this so we don't see it. There we go. And now I'm just going to add some glue around this before I put it in. And like I said, I found this at Michael's, and I'm sure they still have some. I got mine a long time ago, but I'm sure they still, you can still find that. Here we go. Ooh, it fit like a charm. All right, so it's coming together. So now all I'm gonna do is just decorate and add some fun elements around. And there we go, we're done. We did it. I can't believe we pulled it together. So this is gonna stand pretty somewhere, and then we will open the pages just like that. I know it's really hard to show. And like that. And again, because I don't want these pages touching each other, because if they do, then the magnets will start interacting. I'm gonna add some flowers as separation. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and decorate my little album here. I want to say rotating album. It's not really rotating, it's just standing up. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little DIY mini album tutorial, and I will do a separate video with the final product. I will try to move my camera around so I can show you all the angles. But yeah, I love it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.